Hi, I'm here again with another topic that we're going to be looking at today, and this is the HCF and the LCM. So the HCF is simply the highest common factor, which is the largest integer that two or more numbers can be divided by. Now, when we look at the LCM, which is the lowest common multiple, this is the smallest integer that is a multiple of two or more composite numbers. Right? We're going to be looking at that in this session. Okay, for example, if you see in the exam, write 72 as a product of its prime factor or its prime factors. What they're asking you to do is to use the tree. Okay, so we've got 72. We're using the factor tree. So we're going to find two numbers that when we multiply will give us 72. So I like to start with 2 because 2 will make it easier for me to go along. So we've got 2 and then we've got 36. Now 36 will have to be broken down into 2. So I've got 2 and I've got 18. So I've got 18. That will give me 2 and 9. And I've got 9. That will give me 3 and 3. So I'll suggest that when you are doing this, using this factor tree, as soon as you get to the prime numbers, you need to stop. Okay? So the answer to this question is 2 times 2 times another 2 times 3 times 3. Or you can write 2 raised to the power of 3 times 3 raised to the power of 2. Now we're going to be looking at another example. We're going to write 98 as a product of its prime. So we got 98 as a product of its prime. We're going to find two numbers when we multiply will give us 98. So we got 2 and 49. We're not going to use 2 again because 2 is not divisible by 49. So we're going to use 7 and 7. So our answer is going to be 2 times 7 times another 7. Or you can say 2 times 7 to the power of 2. So when you do this in the exam, you're going to get your 2 marks. Now we're going to look at this question. Find the highest common factor of 60 and 114. First, we're going to start with 60. So we're going to do the factor tree for 60. So we got 2 and 30, 2 and 15, 3 and 5. Now we do for 114, 2 and 57. Now 2 cannot go. We're going to look at 3 and then 19. Going to circle the prime numbers. So the next thing we're going to do will be to arrange them. So we've got 60 is equal to 2 times 2 times 3 times 5. Now we look at 114, 2 times 3 times 19. So when we have arranged it this way, we're going to choose the common numbers. So if we go to choose the common, what is common to 60 and 114, we've got 2, and then we've got another one which is 3. So our highest common factor highest common factor for 60 and 114 would be 2 times 3, which will give us 6. So the HCF is 6. We've got another question. Find the highest common factor of 84 and 120. So we've got 84. We've got 2 again. We've got 21. And then 21 can go in 3 and 7. And then we've got 120, 2 and 60, 2 and 30, 2 and 15, 3 and 5. So I'm going to circle the prime numbers. Right, so put them together. That is 84 is equal to 2 times 2 times 3 times 7, and 120 is equal to 2 times 2 times another 2 times 3 times 5. Bringing the like terms together. Oh no, not the like terms this time, but bringing the common numbers together. We've got 2 here, and then we've got another 2, and then we've got this 3. So what we have would be HCF is equal to 2 times 2 times 3, which will give us 12. So the answer to this question is 12. Now we're going to look at the lowest common multiple. So the question says find the lowest common multiple of 70 and 56. We're going to use the factor tree again. We've got 70. 70 can go into 2. We find 35. And then 35 would be 5 and 7. We move to 56. Now 56 is 2 and 28. 28 will give us 2 and 14. 14 will give us 2 and then 7. So we circle the prime numbers. So we've got 70 is equal to 2 times 5 times 7, and 56 is equal to 2 times 2 times another 2 times 7. It's time for us to circle the common numbers. We're going to circle the 2, and we're going to circle the 7. All right? So remember, for the highest common factor, it would have been 2 times 7, which is 14. But for the lowest common multiple, once we have chosen the common numbers, which is 2 times 7, we're also going to put the ones that are not common, which is 5 here, and then we put another 2, we put another 2. So we have 2 times 7 is 14. Okay, so we write 14. 5 times 2 is 10, and then we've got another 2. So 14 times 10 will give us 140 times 2, which will give us 280. So 280 is the lowest common multiple for this question. Okay, so in the non-calculator exam, please, if you cannot multiply all at once, do them in bits, because that will be much easier for you. So we're going to look at the last question. Okay, now we're going to find the lowest common multiple of 120 and 150. Now we're going to use the factor tree. 120, 60, 60, 30, 30 will give us 15 and 2, and then we got 3 and 5. Now we look at 150. 150 is going to give us 2 and 75. We cannot use 2 again, so we're going to use 3 and 25. Now we can now use 5 and 5. So we're going to circle. We'll put them together. 120 is 2 times 2 times another 2 times 3 times 5 will give us 120. And then we're going to write down 150. 150 will be 2 times 3 times another 5 times another 5. So we're going to circle the common numbers. 1, we've got 2 and 2, and then we've got this 3, and then we've got 5. So we're going to write the 2 times 3 times 5. These are the common numbers. Okay, so if we were doing the highest common factor, it would have been 2 times 3, which is 6, times 5, which will give us 30. But now we're asked to do to find the lowest common multiple. So now that we've got the common numbers, we're also going to put the ones that are not common, which would be times 2 times another 2, and then times this remaining 5. Now we can do them in bits. 2 times 3 is 6, times 5 times 2 will give me 10. 2 times 5 will give 10. So we bring the we multiply all of them. 6 times 10 is 60, times another 10 will give me 600. So the lowest common multiple is 600 for this question. So always know the difference between lowest common multiple and the highest common factor. Highest common factor, we have to choose the common numbers and multiply them. But the lowest common multiple, after choosing the common numbers, we're also going to include the numbers that are not common. That is what we call the lowest common multiple. All right, guys, I'm going to stop here, and then I'll see you in my next video. Bye.